So recently I have explained the fifth dimension, where there is actually one universal mind that we all share. And from this concept, we can now see how it would be easy to develop skills such as telepathy. If you haven't watched this video yet, I would highly recommend it, The Fifth Dimension Explained. But if not, in today's video, now I want to build on this concept a little more and start explaining our galactic consciousness. What does that imply? And how is it going to affect our human evolution? My name is Izzy, and welcome back to the download. So what is our galactic consciousness? First, let's start understanding the principle of a collective consciousness. Now, as I have already explained in a previous video, The Fifth Dimension Explained, I'm proposing the idea that there is actually only one universal mind that we are sharing and co-creating from. Now, from this perspective, we can start seeing that yes, we all have our own individual consciousness. But then if you move up a little bit, we can see that as us human beings, we all share this connection, this consciousness from a mankind aspect, if you say, which gives us a collective consciousness. And of course, on an individual level, we all have different degrees of awareness of this collective consciousness. If you think of a tribe, an uncontacted tribe, who has zero access to the internet or television, they may not actually know what's going on in the world in the way that someone who has access to a computer does. But it doesn't mean that they're not tapped in on some level. They just may be getting information through a different channel and feel differently about it. As we are opening more our crown chakra and really starting to expand our understanding of ourselves, or our consciousness, and our place in the universe, then it only makes sense that eventually we end up awakening to our galactic consciousness. Our galactic consciousness implies that we are starting to not only interact with other multidimensional beings in our own galaxy, but we start to understand more about ourselves and our place within it. So again, it's just what our galactic consciousness implies, and it's also we also start to get information about the status of our own galaxy, because just as Mother Earth has its own journey of evolution, and us human beings on it have our own evolution, galaxies also have their own evolution, and some galaxies are into much different energies and frequencies than this galaxy here that we are, the Milky Way. I will tap more later into this aspect in a different video, but for now, all I wanted to share with you is we are more and more becoming in tune with our own galactic consciousness. Another point to mention here too is the sun worshipping. For ages, we have looked into the sky and looked at the sun and be like, wow, this is the brightest, most powerful object in our solar system. And a lot of religion were based upon it, a lot of spiritual belief. And even if you look in ancient Egypt, and they have the sun disk, and even you have like the god Akhenaten, who was not into multiple deities worshipping, and he actually at some point took his people from Egypt and moved them in the middle of nowhere just so he could worship solely the sun. So the sun had a lot of relevance in our culture for thousands and thousands of years. But even that, we have reached a point that we're like, sun, that's nice. But now we're realizing that our galactic center is actually the more powerful energy in our galaxies, and there's already is an influx of people starting to tune in into this galactic center, tuning their heart chakra into this galactic center, tuning their power force and their consciousness into this galactic center. And again, it awakens not only our galactic heart and our galactic consciousness, but it also opens our throat to communications with other beings into our own galaxy. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to know more about what is the actual current energy of our galaxy, please subscribe and watch my next video.